Alright folks, it is time. So videos have been a little light this week. My understanding is Janine has a nice battle report brewing. We are still working on the turnaround time for that, as well as consistency, and I also think we're going to drop the HD in favor of getting them processed a lot faster. That's the reason why you've had them coming out once a day. It's because of processing time. So anyway, I thought I'm just wrapping up at the studio on a Saturday, and I thought that I would just ramble until my heart's content. My understanding is a few of you actually listen to that. I think it makes for good radio, and let me tell you what's on my mind. Once a year we take a family vacation, and just a couple days, and I usually don't like to go because I have to maintain this ship here, and but this year it was quicker to actually relax and enjoy my family, and so it's just one of those things that has to happen, and it's nothing complicated. We just go up for a couple days to a place up in the canyons, and so an undisclosed location. Anyway, so I worked on Project Cyber Sean while I was up there. That's going to be an online tool where you can get on there and you can create a project basically online, and I'm very, very excited about that. I'm hoping to get the operational version up in 4 to 8 weeks. And also paint. Thanks to I think it is 4 people that ponied up for $1 gallon of paint apiece. Every little bit helps. And I would encourage you to follow the link in the liner notes if you want to get us some paint. You can, if you want, get rid of the shipping charge, since obviously nothing's being shipped. But for those that donated and did pay it, thank you very much. That was $1.5 gallons of paint. And yeah, I'm very, very excited about that. In fact, they've made some inroads downstairs. Oh, and if you do pick us up $1 gallon of paint, you get to see the downstairs. You get to see a little preview, and have my thanks. So, Tyranids. Got a Studio Tyranids army cooking. This is, of course, my brainchild. I love Tyranids. They're not the hot army right now. I don't see why not. I think they're solid. They're fun to play. They're different. They're different than other armies for 2 reasons. One is appearance. They're the true aliens of the 40K universe. Everything else, as far as I can tell, walks on 2 legs and has 2 arms. And the Tyranids are really freakish. Always been in love with them. My first army was Eldar, and I think it was for like $56 I bought some pewter aspect warriors. No vehicles, mind you. At the time, the Eldar Grav tank was not released. There was no Viper. You had to make Eldar vehicles out of scratch. They did have a Warwalker and a Wraith Lord, and they were pretty weedy looking. So you've got Eldar. So I did my Eldar army, and my very first game, I had it all planned out, and I got worked. I got absolutely worked over. But then I went to Tyranids, and do love me some Tyranids. And I'm doing a mixed army right now. If you play non-competitively, you can really kind of pick whatever it is and make that work. And so it's really, it's a tough little crossroads with army composition right now, because I picked the basics, but I want to add some things, and I either need to go competitive or I need to go whatever the heck I please. And competitive, I would only do that for resale value, because eventually, of course, I sell all my armies. What's the opposite of a hoarder? That's what I am. I'm a giver, a wearer. I don't like to hold on to things. I have nostalgia. I like to go back. But I guess, you know, who doesn't? But I don't hang on to things. I like to keep things going, turning over. And that's made me well suited for this business, that's for sure. So there's that. So Studio Tyranids are coming up. I've been thinking of, on the GW site recently, in fact on one of their updates, they had a guy doing like dark blue skin with bone carapace. I thought that really looked good. But that made me want to do an homage to my original Tyranids that I was collecting, I think, in '98. And that was very dark purple skin with bone carapace. And I'm not a fan of that, of dark skin, light carapace for Tyranids. I am a fan of the opposite, of light skin, dark carapace. I think that works better. But I don't know, might do something different this time around. It certainly is striking the more you can get that light-dark contrast going. So very deep purple with maybe a foul green kind of highlight and bone colored carapace. We'll see. We'll see how I feel when I actually get it done. It's getting close. It's almost out of assembly. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And what else? Oh, we got in a Ogre Stonehorn. This is for client PH if you're watching. So here's that. So check it out. 3 giant sprues, and look at the base. Kablam. Yeah, it's not a chariot base. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is a chariot base. So it's like time and a half at chariot base. It's pretty amazing, and it's a substantive figure. Beastmen. Those Mournfang cavalry, if you put Beastmen riders on them, they would make awesome Tuskgore chariots. In fact, I kind of want to do a Beastmen army based on that. I love doing armies where they're kind of like the underdogs. I've heard Beastmen called brown orcs. So yeah, definitely stoked about this one. There's just an obscene amount of awesome stuff, like this guy, this captive, still living presumably, like on a hook. Oh wait, no, not still living, seeing as there's no head. It's just a meat hook through the neck stump. And just, you would not believe the stuff that's on this. It's ridiculous. Ridiculously fantastic. I gotta get an Ogre Kingdoms rulebook going. So, anyway, oh, so don't forget paint. Ask and ye shall receive. I'm asking. Can I have some paint, please? And yeah, you'll be a part. You'll be a part of what has been accomplished here. And that is pretty awesome. So, Tyranids Studio Army, I don't know what Janine put in her last update, but I'm looking over here, and there is a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, we have a lot of armies. Right now we have that Salamander's army still. We have like 3 people looking at it. And for the price, it's a no-brainer. I've got a Tau army. I don't know if you've seen that. Let me go get it, just in case you haven't. It's not really an army. It's the beginning of an army. It's a lot of cool stuff. So here you go. It's got 2 Remoras in there, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 battle suits. So let's see here. There's 2 Forge. These are Forge World. So 2 broadsides. And this could be expanded out. We have standardized rates. You could add some Fire Warriors or whatever else you wanted to it. Some of the battle suits are stock, looks like. Well, this is a commander. This is a battle suit commander. Let's see. No, the rest of them are Forge World. So here's a commander guy. That's a stock figure. And then we have a bunch of these with this really super cool helmet. Sorry, my camera doesn't focus very well like that, but those are Forge World, and there's 2, 4, 6, 7 of those. Fantastic. And then these guys, these are fast attack, I'm pretty sure, and they are, it's nice, and they're painted a nice color scheme. the whole thing. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about those. Glad I got those in. I've got that Dark Eldar army, and not Dark Eldar, Dark Elf army, the level 2 one, out of print. But the price is right. I'm pretty sure it's about 2,000 points. And just a great starter army, just to pick up, and there it is. You're ready to go. Got the Iron Warriors going. That is kind of a big deal. So, yeah, it's a nice. There's some love in that army. Not saying our other stuff doesn't have love, but it's a great army. It's got some really cool conversions. So yeah, dig around in our for sale section because it is well worth it. Absolutely fantastic. I do get inquiries once in a while saying, Sean, is this still available? And I knit my brow just a little bit because if it's up on the website, it's like a regular thing. If somebody's bought it, it goes down. So I guess it couldn't hurt to ask, you know. Certainly no reason not to. Got D&D going again next Tuesday. Mike E. had a new baby in his family. Well, I was going to say he had a baby. Of course, he didn't literally have a baby. His wife had a baby. So he was out last week. And I got to tell you, that's not on the list of approved reasons to miss a D&D game. The approved reasons all have something in common, and that is you are completely unconscious somehow. Either you're dead or in a coma. So those are the two basic reasons why you can skip D&D. If you were in a horrible accident, well, all 10 of your fingers better be broken to not be able to dial us and tell us what's going on, to not be able to show up and tell us what your character's doing. So we're short a wizard. I have 3 good, faithful players. I need 1 more. I want to get 4 seats. As you saw from our original one, we had 7 or 8 people. At one time, we did have 8, and 8 is just too many for a game there. So what else? Did want to talk a little bit about Valhalla. You know what? I pretty much covered that topic already. It's going well. We've got, you know, with the things kind of in the works where people are planning it and pretty much kind of getting around to figuring out how they're going to do it. We booked out, I'd say, the equivalent of 2 or 3 events already. Booked in the sense that if you kind of combined them all together, that would be it. There's tickets available for each event so far. Still going with that. So any questions, let me know. I've had people contact me with like concerns about, you know, well, for example, drinking, you know. We don't serve alcohol. I'm pretty sure you need a license for that. But I don't think we stop people. What do you mean I don't think? We don't stop people from, you know, bringing their own thing, as long as they observe rule number 1, which is be considerate. But you know, we've done I think it is 5 Valhallas now, and everyone has gone really smoothly and been a great experience, and I'm really excited about that. All right, so what else? Oh, here's another thing. Don't forget our trade program. And also that you can give me a call or email and swing by and look at our trade stock if you're in the area. By all means, I'm open for that. Well, folks, what's next? Battle reports. We're working up a... By the way, if my volume just went down, it's because I just had a Jon Stewart break. And that means, by the way, in case your imagination is running wild, I was watching Jon Stewart on the internet. So anyway, Warhammer Fantasy. I love Warhammer Fantasy, but right now I have really no plans for a Warhammer Fantasy army, although ogres are awesome. Beastmen would be awesome, but God, do I have the mental energy for that right now? And I will be thrown down with my Retribution army most likely this coming week. I'm pretty stoked about that. And what else? God, it's funny because I always think of things. Wow, if I could just sit down and just do a YouTube thing, what would I say? And there's always lots of things, and then I can't remember it when the time actually rolls around. So Saturday is not yet over. I am actually going to pull an evening shift, make sure those emails are caught up on. You guys have heard all my plans and dreams about blue table painting and beyond. And it just comes down to plugging away. You just got to show up to work every day and be the person that is actually getting the job done. Yeah, it's good. Well, anyway, thank you. I'm always amazed at how far this has come. I get people that email me once in a while saying thank you for what you do, and I think that's really super. I like it, and I don't let it go to my head. I realize that I have flaws like everybody else. I really, when I'm off camera, I'm usually, I feel like I'm going like this through life. Like I'm just doggy paddling, just barely keeping my head above water day after day. And yeah, you know what? I might just give you a few little clips from Sean's little 2 days away. And just to be clear, I still kept up on my work, plus paid attention to family and took care of that. But I think next year I'm going to shoot for having a real vacation, of actually going and everything's kind of taken care of on the home front. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, anyway, although now that I'm talking about this, I do have to compliment staff. Staff is now like things that I used to have a hand in. They are being taken care of quite competently by people that are not me, and I got to tell you that's a pretty awesome feeling. And I've been careful to what's the word I'm looking for? Equip Blue Table Painting with extremely talented and competent people. It's really amazing, and staff has never been better than now. And in fact, now we're getting close to the point where as soon as a project arrives, in fact, we are at that point. Assembly is so white hot right now that if something comes near them, they just burn it right up. They're really just absolutely amazing. And then it's off to painting, and the painting staff is more talented with a better turnaround than ever before. It's fantastic. And I could fail any second like that. If you don't like, because I made some comments on my Facebook page about unemployment, which really got people, I think it was like 57 comments on it or something like that. And but then it occurred to me, well, who employs me? I can't be fired, right? But yes, indeed I can. In a way, my employers are all of you. You people who commission an army, buy, templates or metal plates. You have employed me and all the other people that work here. So in a way, when I get on YouTube and I present our wares, and I say, this is who we are, this is what we're like, this is the kind of service you're going to get, I built up a reputation. I'm interviewing. I'm saying, hey, why don't you employ me and my crew instead of doing something else with your money? Now, if you're not forced to do that, if it's by your own free will and choice that you're sending money to me in exchange for whatever I give back to you, That's the free market. And let me tell you, I am highly, highly motivated to do the right thing, maintain my reputation, and give good and ever-improving service. You can't stay still. You have to continue giving a better service and product. And I think it's awesome. I think it's a lot of fun, and the business is to the point now where it's no longer me. Janine really is kind of the big experiment right now. We've created a I guess a contained, regimented sort of sub-business that I put her in charge of, and to see how it goes. Do you want to support that? Do you want to trade in items? And do you want to buy the items that have been traded in? And as you may recall, they go to the scrapyard. They go into stock if they are like new, or they go in for refurbishment, where they actually get turned into a quality finished product. So, oh yeah, I can't get enough. And I'm very excited, super excited about the golden age of miniatures battles that has yet to come. Right now it's just sort of just the first shoots are up. And I hesitated there because I didn't want to steal someone else's phrase. I was talking with another industry leader, won't tell you who, and he said that he believes that there's a golden age of miniatures battles coming. And I agree. We saw things really eye to eye. What's going to happen? What is the landscape going to look like? And boy, when you're an entrepreneur, your life is full of uncertainty, because from one day to the next, you could just be blown out of the water. You better have a plan B, and you better keep your game sharp. And I'm doing my best. Well, there you go. That's your bonus ramble, talking about something else. And I'll talk about money more, even if people aren't interested. I think I'm gonna put it up. And I do apologize you had to look at my ugly mug. And but I'm gonna get this. I gotta get home, eat some dinner, and then process this video for your viewing enjoyment. Have a great rest of the weekend.